I will now be obsessing about this book for the foreseeable future. Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I'm gonna ramble on about a book for the next 10 minutes and obsess about it, and hopefully I can get you to obsess over it too. Okay guys, I think I want to start by saying I made a very, very big mistake in starting off the month of February with the best book in the entire world. And I mean best book ever. It's been quite a while since I've read a book that just captivated me the whole time, and I wanted to savor every moment and ounce of it, and I didn't want it to stop. And I have yet to pick up a book since I finished this one. That's how much I enjoyed it, because nothing else is gonna do it for me. Alright, so that is All Roads Lead Here by the slow burn queen herself, Mariana Zapata. Infinity stars. That is how I'm gonna start this out. It was an infinity star for me. I mean, this is the most, I don't know, that I have ever annotated and tabbed a book before. I mean, it was just page after page. I was highlighting and underlining and tabbing, and like I said, I did not want this book to stop. Okay, so starting us off, this book is gonna follow Aurora. Aurora is a 33-year-old. She is a recent divorcee. She is starting fresh over in her life. She kind of has been for the last year. She's been traveling on the road, just kind of hopping from town to town, trying to figure out what she wants to do. And she ends up in a town in Colorado where she originally was from and grew up. But then after her mother died, she left, and then she just never came back. So Aurora arrives in the summertime, and obviously summer is peak tourist season. A lot of people get rentals for the season, and so the only place she can find is this Airbnb garage rental. And so before she arrives in town, she's already made the reservation and everything. So she arrives that night. She gets the key, the codes and everything, and she goes into her apartment. And then all of a sudden there is this very grumpy man that comes barging in, asking her what the hell is she doing there. So then you find out that this man, in fact, knows nothing about his garage apartment being put up for rent. So his teenage son, Amos, sneaks up the stairs behind him and says, "Dad, I'm sorry. I wanted to make some money. I thought you weren't going to be here this summer. I'm really, really sorry." So he's obviously really mad, and he tells Aurora, "I'm sorry, you can't stay here. I don't really care that you paid." And she is so desperate because she's nowhere else to go. She offers to pay him triple the amount, and he hesitates for a while, and he agrees to let her stay for a month, no longer than that. And like I said, he was beyond grumpy. He was not happy to have her there at all. So this man is Tobias Rhodes. He is a 42-year-old single father. He is a game warden. So, he is the law enforcement that's in charge of the wilderness and all of that stuff. So you're gonna get a woodsy man trope in this book, which I am slowly starting to realize after reading Credence and Archer's Voice. I need more books like this with mountain men in it. So if you have any recs, please drop them down below, because I am a hunting and a searching, and I can't find anything yet so far. Now, this book also, because it's a Mariana Zapata slow burn, obviously a big chunk of this is going to be our leading lady's journey. And I have to say, out of all of the Mariana Zapata books, Aurora's was my absolute favorite. So when her mother died, her mother was a big hiker. She was very, very outdoorsy and everything. And her mom went missing one day that she went hiking, and they never found her remains or anything like that. And so part of the reason Aurora returns home is she has a list of all of her mother's old favorite trails, and she basically makes it her mission that she wants to hike all of them in honor of her mother. And This book made me want to get up at the crack of dawn and go hiking every day. Now, did I do that? No. Will I do that? Probably not, but I wanted to, and that's the important thing. I also want to say that Rhodes and Aurora were probably two of the most mature characters I have ever read about in a romance. Like, both of them were very, very mature. A lot of the times a female lead character will annoy me with like her thought process and all of that, but I loved Aurora. She was determined, she was badass, she was trying to start over. Her ex was a real douche, and that's a whole other thing that you'll find out in this book, is it wasn't like your regular ex. He's a famous singer, and so no one knew they were ever together. It was a common law marriage, so they weren't actually married because she wasn't allowed to tell anybody. And she couldn't have kids because people would know about him. So that's also another thing, is like she wants to settle down. And here is this like hot, sexy 42-year-old dilf in the woods, and yeah. And I do want to say that on page 168, Mariana Zapata does say, he was the dilf to end all dilfs. And I have to agree. There is no moving on from Tobias Rhodes, people. This is why I have not cracked open a book since I finished this. I cannot move on from this story. I cannot move on from this couple, and I sure as hell cannot move on from this man. Another thing I really loved about this book was the relationship between Aurora and Rhodes' teenage son, Amos. A lot of the times, children in single-parent trope books, they're kind of annoying because they're like these little kids that have these great life lessons and everything like that, and children don't talk like that in real life. I have two, I know, trust me, they do not give great lessons in life, but I loved Amos. He was very realistic teenager, did not talk a whole lot, but he had a very good relationship with Aurora. He was always concerned about her when she had stuff going on. She was concerned about him, and their relationship obviously is what opens the door for Rhodes to, you know, see more in her, and obviously like not kick her to the curb once that month is over. There's just, obviously this is a chunker of a book, there's a lot, you'll just have to read to see. Alright, so that is going to do it for my review of All Roads Lead Here. Like I said, obviously this is a 5 stars, but this is infinity stars. Before I went into this, my Mariana Zapata list of books that I had read, I started with Wall of Winnipeg and Me, and that was number 1. And then I read Under Lock. I love Under Lock. Rhythm Chord and Malikan, not my favorite. Read Linkus, not my favorite. And then I read From Luke Off with Love, and I absolutely loved it. Now going into this, Wall of Winnipeg was still my number 1, and I think this one just might have scooted into the number 1 spot. I think I have to read Wall of Winnipeg and Me again to confirm it, but I don't know. I think this might be the number 1. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around this long. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and drop some more recommendations down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!